This video is brought to you by REP Gaming Products. Help protect your deck and support the show by picking up a steel deck box from the link down below.
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. So last week, during our Instant Decks, we had kind of a surprise winner. We don't play very much Legacy, but we had a Fishbowl Thursday Legacy deck that was just so sweet and so interesting that everyone wanted to see it. So we are heading to Legacy today to play Experimental Cheerios, probably the most busted Experimental Frenzy deck that pretty much can exist in Magic. At least that's the idea. Hopefully winning as early as turn 1, maybe turn 2. So like usual, gonna do a super quick 2-minute refresher deck tech. If you want a full breakdown of the deck, make sure to check out the Instant Deck Tech. Anyway, a quick reminder before we break down Experimental Cheerios for Legacy. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy Much Abrew in general, it would be amazing of you if you take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Experimental Cheerios, starting with Experimental Frenzy. You know what it does? Basically, you cast it. You can cast cards from the top of your library. You can't cast them from your hand. You can pay mana to destroy it. The idea of this deck, though, is we play Experimental Frenzy, and hopefully we immediately proceed to win the game by quite literally casting our entire deck. So we have Enlightened Tutor as a way to find our Experimental Frenzy, just to make sure we have enough copies. So we essentially have 8 Experimental Frenzies in our deck, plus we can tutor up some other things with Enlightened Tutor once we have Frenzy. The key way to making Experimental Frenzy so powerful is all the free fast mana we have in the Legacy format. Lotus Petal, Mox Opal not only give us free mana sources, +1 mana while we are frenzying, they also help us ramp into our frenzy in the early game, because our deck only has like 10 lands, so having non-land mana sources is really important. And then Lion's Eye Diamond, really bad pre-frenzy, but once we are frenzying, it is absurd. It is just Black Lotus, because we can't cast the cards from our hand anyway, so it's just +3 mana, +3 mana for 0 mana while we're frenzying, which allows us to have enough mana to really just play through our entire deck. Rite of Flame gives us an additional ritual that gets better as we hit additional copies. Helm of Awakening really pushes things into overdrive, making all spells cost 1 generic mana less, which means we get to play Codex Shredder, Ghoul Caller's Bell, and Pyxis of Pandemonium for free. And these are the cards that make sure our frenzy doesn't fizzle. With Codex Shredder, Ghoul Caller's Bell, Pyxis of Pandemonium, if we hit things that we can't cast, additional frenzies, too many lands, we can just mill them out of the way and continue our frenzy to go through our entire deck. We also have a few other ways of just kind of getting things set up. Ancestral Knowledge essentially lets us rearrange the top 10 cards of our library. The cumulative upkeep makes it a little bit rough when we aren't frenzying, but during frenzy, it gets us 10 cards deep, we stack things exactly how we need it, and then we're able to get rid of lands, extra frenzies that would fizzle our frenzy. Brainstorm to set things up. Noxious Revival kind of does a bit of everything, but really once we are comboing, we're often using it just to get back Lion's Eye Diamond, put it on top of our deck, we get to cast it for free. It's really insane with Frenzy because we put any card in our graveyard on top of our library, which means we can just immediately cast it. But most often it's just producing extra mana, like another Black Lotus in our deck. To actually win the game, Burning Wish is our only real way of doing it. We're tutoring up finishers from our sideboard, and those finishers are 1 Tendrils of Agony and also 1 Empty the Warren. So most of the time, we're just going to Tendrils our opponent's face. If our opponent happens to have something like Leyline of Sanctity, though, getting Empty the Warrens gives us a nice backup plan. So we get down our Frenzy, we cast literally our entire deck, 40-ish spells, have tons of mana from all of our Lion's Eye Diamond acting like Black Lotuses and looping them with Noxious Revival, and then eventually we just Burning Wish, we sacrifice all of our mana stuff, our Lotus Petal, so we got tons of mana, sacrifice the Frenzy itself, tutor up one of our finishers, Tendrils or Empty, and just use it to win the game right away. And we can do this as early as turn 1 with a really insane draw, but more likely turn 2-ish, I guess is a more typical speed, turn 3-ish. As far as the mana base, a bunch of fetch lands work well with Frenzy since they thin our deck and let us shuffle, a bunch of original dual lands, a Glimmer Boy to add mana of any color. As far as the sideboard, we already mentioned Tendrils, Empty. There are finishers that we're tutoring up. We have Silence and Thoughtseize as a way to fight through counter magic primarily. That is the one bugaboo with this deck, is similar to a deck like Belcher. We're kind of going all in on Experimental Frenzy, and if we resolve it, we should win the game right away. However, in Legacy, lots of people play Force of Will, and Force of Will is a pretty hard answer. So if we're like sacking a bunch of Lotus Petals, casting a bunch of rituals to try to get down this frenzy, and our opponent's just like, all right, no mana, pay a life, exile something, force you, things go bad really quick. But Silence and Thoughtseize help make sure that doesn't happen as much, at least after sideboarding. Underground Sea to make sure we can cast our Thoughtseize, Echoing Truth to bounce like Leyline of Sanctities, Stony Silences, things that can interact with our combo. And that is Experimental Cheerios for Legacy. And that's our Much Abrew deck for this week. So I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get to the gameplay, see if this absurd deck can actually win as quickly and as consistently as we hope it will. So let's get to the gameplay, see how it works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. All right, Much Abrew About Nothing time. We are playing some Experimental Cheerios in Legacy of all places, and this hand does not do it. We just have no functional mana, and we don't have a Frenzy, so okay. This hand kinda does it. We're gonna keep this. We do have mana from Mox Opal, Lotus Petal, LED, so we do have one mana source. Rite of Flame, Rite of Flame. Well, okay. I mean, this hand, if our opponent does not have Disruption, it could be a turn to win. Opponent passes. Well, play LED. Play Lotus Petal. Play Mox Opal. Pass the turn. So, I mean, we can just Enlighten Tutor for Frenzy. Ritual out Frenzy. Opponent brainstorms. I think we gotta try. I don't think we can not try here. Opponent. Yeah, brainstorms, cracks. Force of Will is always a concern, but there's just not a whole lot we can do about it. Duress. Well, let's Enlighten Tutor for Frenzy. This does put us short on mana from trying to go off this turn. Wow, okay. They take Noxious Revival. Well, maybe they have the Force. This does let us try to go off, though. So, Mox Opal, Rite of Flame, Rite of Flame, Frenzy, Crack LED. Oh boy, color choices, color choices. Crack LED for red? Yeah, let's go red. Play Helm of Awakening. Come on, good frenzying. Ooh, Noxious Revival. Get back LED. Play LED. Play Helm of Awakening. Pixis for free. Lotus Petal. Oh man, I think we're gonna do it. Tundra. Codic Shredder. Okay, so crack LED for black. Noxious Revival LED. Replay LED. Pixis. Lotus Petal. Do we have enough mana? Well, crack this for red. Burning Wish. Take Tendrils. Helm of Awakening. Ghoul Caller's Bell. Mox Opal. Post scoops it up! We needed just a bit more mana to sack and cast, but that was a turn 2 kill! That was the turn 2 kill! Outstorming Storm! And, yeah, that was good. That was good. That was a turn 2 kill. Alright, so go down Brainstorms. And go up Silence? Is Silence better than Thoughtseize? It's a pretty hilarious way to fizzle a Storm kill. Alright, go down one Ancestral Knowledge too. Let's just Silence. We could try to bring in Thoughtseize, but I think we're just gonna Silence. Run it like that. I mean, it's just a race. If we get turn 2 kills, we win the race, we win the game. Okay, this is fine. We don't have our Frenzy, but opponent, yup. Bloodstained Mire. Underground Sea. Ponder. Well, hopefully we can really get our opponent with this Silence. Like, hilariously get them. Yup. Opponent ponders, no shuffle. Play Mox Opal. Play Glimmer Void. Play Ghoul Caller Spell. Mess up our opponent's ponder. Pass the turn. No Lotus Petal for you. Opponent has Volcanic Island. Infernal Tutor for Cabal Ritual. Okay, so we will untap, play Ghoul Caller Spell, pass the turn. So our plan is to let our opponent start to combo and then silence them to ruin their day. Misty. Duress. Well, that ruins our day. So I think what we got to do is, this is weird, but silence. Noxious Revival silence. Yup. Opponent takes Enlightened Tutor. We are a long way away from doing anything. Opponent passes. Well, play Pixis. Pass the turn. Opponent bounces Pixis. Sure. Untaps. Cracks Misty. Island. Underground Sea. We know they have 2 Cabal Rituals, but nothing else. Opponent passing. Well, I mean, Ghoul Caller Spell, mill. Ghoul Caller Spell, mill. Oh, we milled a Frenzy. Huh. More silences. Well, let's Pixis. Pass the turn. I mean, maybe we can win by milling? In theory, we're ahead in cards. That would be a strange win for this deck. Opponent draws. Thoughtseize. Okay. Well, we have 2 silences, so sure. Takes a silence. Passes. Well, mill. Mill. Oh, we're milling all of our frenzies. Exile. Untap. Play Ghoul Caller Spell. Pass the turn. Lantern Control. Lantern Control kill. Opponent untaps. Lotus Petal. Yup. And passes. Well, mill. 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 Exile. Untap. Yeah, pass the turn. This game. Opponent. Oh. Alright, now we lose. Wow. Oh. Well, I guess we don't lose. This slows down our milling. Opponent passes. I guess we should have milled in response. That was awkward. Well, let's exile. Untap. Another silence. Well, play Lotus Petal. Play Ghoul Caller Spell. Pass the turn. Yeah, we should have milled in response, but I think we're still okay. Opponent. Thoughtseize. Well, we still have a silence. Takes a silence. Passes. Well, mill. Exile. Untap. Play Ghoul Caller Spell. Pass the turn. Opponent. Polluted Delta. Well, mill. Mill. Exile. Untap. Play Ghoul Caller Spell. Pass the turn. Is this gonna work? Opponent. Passing. Well, I mean, mill. 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 Exile. Untap. Play Lotus Petal. Play Pixis. Pass the turn. Echoing Truth on Ghoul Caller Spell. Well, mill. 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 Yup. Bounces Ghoul Caller Bells. Cracks Polluted Delta. Gets an island. Well, crack Lotus Petal. Replay a Ghoul Caller Spell. Mill. Crack Lotus Petal. Replay Ghoul Caller's Bell. Mill. Exile. Exile. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Passes. Okay. Well, we mill. Mill. Exile. Exile. Cast a Ghoul Caller's Bell. Mill. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Pass the turn. Silence. Opponent passes. We mill. 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 Exile. Exile. 0 cards. All right, opponent. Can you win an instant speed on your upkeep? That is not how this deck is supposed to win. That is... Oh my goodness, that is so unlikely. That is the most unlikely way to win, but our silences were great, and we just janked them out. We went on the mill plan, and opponent cast more cantrips than us, and they lost. Well, we got a turn 2 storm kill, and then we got the turn 13 lantern control kill. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Good flexibility, deck. Good flexibility. So, hey, all right. Much brew about nothing time. We are playing some experimental Cheerios, and good lord, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep it. We do not have a frenzy, but we have enough mana to turn on enough artifacts to turn on Mox Opal. Potentially. All right, so all right, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lion's Eye Diamond, Mox Opal, Tundra, and let's just Kodak Shredder. Pass the turn. See what our opponent's up to. Gemstone Mine. All right, so something unfair. Faithless Looting. Cycle Street Wraith. Oh boy, it's Dredge. Dredge, Dredge, Dredge. Alright. Well, here comes the dredging. Opponent dredges. They also have a bridge. There's a Narc Amoeba. We do not control Graveyard Hate. So this is a race. I don't know if it's a race we can actually win. Okay. Oh, boy. Opponent. 34 cards dredged here on turn number 1. Cabal Therapy. No, we're just going to let this go. There's no way they named Brainstorm. I don't know what they name, honestly. Names Auriac Salvagers. Okay. This might be a quick one. Without Graveyard Hate, I don't know what we do about this. This might just be a rough matchup. Cabal Therapy. Well, now we will Brainstorm. Well, we just can't get the mana. That's our problem. Put back Frenzy. Put back Pixis. Opponent names. Ancestral Knowledge, sure. Opponent passing. Well, let's Kodak Shredder ourselves. Play Pixis. Yeah, I just don't think... We just don't have enough mana. That's our main problem here. Icarid's coming back. Well, that's about as explosive of a start as Dredge can have, I think. And we are not a Graveyard Hate kind of deck. Opponent goes attacking. Is there any way we can win this coming turn? Like, is there anything we can draw? We don't have anything that adds 2 mana, so I don't think so. Yeah, Zombies everywhere. So we're dead next turn. So, okay, so we mill ourselves. We have to mill a Rite of Flame and then draw a Rite of Flame. And we mill a land. Enlighten Tutor. Yeah, alright, we're dead. Well. Okay, sometimes there's quick ones. And I don't know what we do about this. I guess Ensnaring Bridge is our main answer, going down Brainstorm. We don't have Graveyard Hate, so we're pretty much just racing. That's all we really got. Silence doesn't do anything. Yeah, run it like that. We're basically hoping for a turn 1 or turn 2 kill, with Ensnaring Bridge being our backup plan for not just dying to all those recursive creatures. I don't know. Without Graveyard Hate, Dredge is a really, really tough deck to beat. But we'll see. We will see. You never know. That's why you play the games. Miracles happen. Even without Graveyard Hate, maybe. Alright, so we get to play first. This hand... Well, we do have a bridge. Man, if we had one more mana... So we can... Mox Opal, Lotus Petal, Kodak Shredder, Noxious Revival, get back Lotus Petal to turn on Mox Opal. This might be okay. So turn 1, Opal, Lotus Petal, crack it, Shredder, Noxious Revival, back Lotus Petal for the next turn. Turn 2, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal, cast Ghoul Caller spell. Tutor up another Lotus Petal Ensnaring Bridge for turn 3. Cabal Therapy gets us, though, and that's our only bridge. Man, it's a risky hand. It is risky. Or we just mulligan and try to find a Frenzy and try to set up our own combo kill. If it wasn't for Cabal Therapy... Because once we lose a bridge, it's gone. Yeah, we're going to mulligan. I think it's close. Okay. Well, let's see what we can find. Scalding Tarn... I don't think we need. So, Mox Opal, Flooded Strand, crack Flooded Strand, take a I guess we take Tundra. Yeah, let's take Tundra. Play Kodak Shredder. Pass the turn. Alright. Well, I mean, in theory, we can, like, try to brainstorm into our bridge, maybe? Or just brainstorm into something that lets us combo. Alright, opponent starts with Faithless Looting. Little less explosive without the LED. Bridge from below, Stinkweed. Alright, setting up for turn 2. Opponent passes. Well, let's draw. There's our Frenzy. Okay, so we will brainstorm. Interesting. 1... Do we get to Frenzy this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we put back Brainstorm and Enlighten Tutor, Lotus Petal, tap Mox Opal, land, Mox Opal. Yeah, alright. Well, put back Enlighten Tutor, put back Brainstorm, play Flooded Strand, crack Flooded Strand, grab a Volcanic Island, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal for red, play Mox Opal, keep the new one, Mox Opal for red, Lotus Petal for red, Volcanic Island, doesn't matter, Experimental Frenzy. Ooh, Helm on top, alright. Well, I mean, I guess we can mill it. Yeah, let's mill it. We could hit a string of things that let us win. Alright, Ancestral Knowledge, pass the turn. Well, alright, next turn we're set up to Frenzy. It seems unlikely that our opponent can kill us this turn, although if they can Nature's Claim, that's still very bad. Careful Study. Yup. Dredges. LED. Breakthrough. Alright, well, opponent's going to do a lot of dredging. Narcomoeba. Narcomoeba. Now, I mean, they've dredged basically their whole deck. And they're going to have a million zombies. They're out of cards, though. And I don't see anything that lets them kill us this turn. So it looks like we're going to have one turn. Yeah, opponent makes a bunch of zombies. Am I missing something? I don't see anything that gives haste. All right. Zombies. I mean, it looks like we get one turn to untap and try to win with Frenzy. And it's not impossible that we can do it. We are going to need to run somewhat well. Ugh, another Ancestral Knowledge. All right. Well, that's a good way to start. Ancestral Knowledge lets us stack our deck. Ooh, 2 LEDs. That's good. So get rid of Experimental Frenzy. Get rid of the land. Get rid of the land. I think we keep everything else. So we want Enlightened Tutor last. Enlightened Tutor, Noxious Revival, Ghoul Caller's Bell, Ghoul Caller's Bell, LED, LED, Lotus Petal. All right, so we get to play Lotus Petal, play LED, play LED, crack, actually we don't even need to crack yet, play Ghoul Caller's Bell, crack LED for black, Ghoul Caller's Bell, Noxious Revival, yeah, let's just Helm. Noxious Revival for Helm. Play Helm. Crack this for white. Enlightened Tutor. Take Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Crack for red. Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Ensnaring Bridge. Helm of Awakening. Well, crack for white. Enlightened Tutor. Take Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Lotus Petal. So now we just need a Burning Wish. Kodak Shredder. Rite of Flame. Scalding Tarn. Ghoul Caller's Bell. And let's just mill Frenzy. Kodak Shredder. Pixis. Mill Polluted Delta. Opponent gets a Narcomoeba. Lotus Petal. Noxious Revival. For Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Noxious Revival for Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. I think we're good. Okay, there's our Burning Wish. So, crack for black. Crack for black. Crack for red. Burning Wish. 4 Tendrils. Sacrifice Frenzy. And then just Tendrils for Literal Billion. And I think that does it. And we found a way to win. We were just fast enough to... We were fast enough to storm off through Dredge and deal a ton of damage. That was pretty good. I mean, our opponent's hand was not devastatingly fast, and our hand was pretty fast. And, yeah. Game. Okay. Yeah, no graveyard hate. That's all we got. I mean, that's the plan. That's all we can do. The deck kind of works, though. It kind of really actually does work. And it is definitely super sweet. I will give it that for sure. And then some. The sweetness factor is off the charts. All right, what do we got here? Lots of Rite of Flames, but no real mana. Yeah, this does not do it. Well, okay. We'll try this. Turn 1, Lotus Petal, Enlightened Tutor. We are a mana short. That's our big problem. Well, let's see what's on top of our deck. Noxious Revival. So turn 1, Scalding Tarn, We have 1, 2, 3 mana sources. So turn 1, we can land, Lotus Petal, Helm of Awakening, Noxious Revival, get back Lotus Petal. Then the next turn we Enlighten Tutor. In turn 3 we can try to go off. The other option is to Noxious Revival to the bottom. Yeah, that's unnecessarily complicated. Let's just Noxious Revival to the bottom. We have 2 Enlighten Tutors, so that gives us other ways of finding mana. Mana Confluence, Faithless Looting for our opponent. Iona. Well, if Iona comes down, it's going to be very difficult to win. Probably better known as impossible, because we did not bring in sideboard cards for that. Alright, so we can Scalding Tarn, Lotus Petal. Pass the turn. We're going to need 2 turns, and I'm not sure if we have 2 turns. Opponent dredges. That was a pretty lackluster dredge for our opponent. They didn't have anything for free. Alright, Gemstone Mine. Hardcast Golgari Thug. Well, crack Scalding Tarn. Get a Plateau. Enlighten Tutor. For Mox Opal. There's the Thug. Do we have a chance? Alright. Golgari Thug, Street Wraith on top. Gets to name something. They probably name Frenzy. Hopefully name Frenzy. Name Frenzy. Okay. Bullet dodged. Yep. Oh, staying alive. Staying alive so far. Opponent passes. So, Lion's Eye Diamond. Mox Opal. I don't know if we want a Helm of Awakening. I think we just pass. Ugh. Helm. Yeah. Yeah, we just pass. Pass the turn. Opponent dredges. No free creatures. Coliseum. Looting. No dredgers, though. Okay, dredgers in the graveyard. Opponent's passing. Well, we Enlighten Tutor. For Frenzy. We untap Frenzy. So we can Rite of Flame. We don't get down this Helm of Awakening. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, we can't. Alright, so we just do that. Add our mana. Frenzy. Mana sketchy. Sketchy. So crack this for... Oh, this is the tough one. What do we crack for? 2 Enlightened Tutors in the graveyard. 1 Rite of Flame in the graveyard. I guess we just crack for red. Play Pixis. Play Ghoul Caller's Bell. Oh, we need free mana. Play Fretted Strand. Oh, LED. LED on top. Play LED. Crack LED for red. Helm of Awakening. Kodak Shredder. Free. Oh, I think we got there. Do we have a white source left? Oh, we would have to shuffle. Huh. That's awkward. Well, mill Enlightened Tutor. Noxious Revival. Get back LED. Play LED. Play LED. Kodak Shredder. Oh, I think we got it. I think we're going to get the win. Rite of Flame. Is it worth cracking for blue? I guess we can. Crack for blue. Brainstorm. Put back Volcanic Island, Ancestral Knowledge. Play Knowledge, and that should do it. This should guarantee it. Whoo, we're going to beat Dredge. So exile the land. Exile Ensnaring Bridge. Keep everything else. Last card we're going to draw is Burning Wish. And Noxious Revival right before that. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. Just stick them in any order. And that should do it. That should do it, boys and girls. Taking down Dredge, another quick kill. Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Pixis. Pixis. Lotus Petal. LED. Crack LED for black. Crack LED for black. Noxious Revival. Get back LED. Play LED. Crack LED for black. Burning Wish. Yes. Tendrils. Sacrifice Frenzy. And we just raced Dredge. Tendrils. X23. And that should do it, boys and girls. That should do it. Yup. There's the tendrils. And that be the game. That be the game. Up to 2-0. Racing Dredge with experimental Cheerios. And the deck, it kind of works. It kind of works. Watch us. Oh, man. It kind of works. Tendrils are opponent out. And that does it. And that is experimental Cheerios. Still winning. Still winning. Oh, man. If we 5-0 with this, that would make... Oh, my dreams come true. All right, next round. I mean, we're probably running well so far. We haven't got the brutal force of will. That's going to happen at least once. I still don't expect a 5-0, but take a 2-0. So, hey, all right, much brew about nothing time. Playing some experimental Cheerios, and this hand... I think this hand is good enough to keep. So we have Plateau for mana, Lotus Petal for mana. Enlightened Tutor can get... Man... We're like a land away, Scalding Tarn. Although, I mean, if we're playing a Force of Will deck, who knows? Who knows how this will turn out? We just gotta hope to get lucky. Delver. Okay. Opponent Delvers and passes. Well, play Plateau. Play Lotus Petal. Play Ghoul Caller's Spell. Pass the turn. Ghoul Caller's Spell's kind of cute here because if our opponent reveals something to Delver that we don't want them to draw, we can mill it before they hit their draw step. Or they just don't flip Delver. That's also acceptable. Swift Spear. Oh. Okay, this is more of an aggro strategy. All right. Opponent gets in. We take it. I think we still randomly mill. There are reasons to have cards in our graveyard. Like Noxious Revival in specific. We would like to just hit a land, I think. Ugh. We mill a land and a bolt. Noxious Revival. Okay. That was a unfortunate random mill. Well, I guess we just gotta pass. Yeah, let's pass the turn. Opponent, Delver. Come on, no flip. No flip. All right, no flip. They must be drawing, well, we'll see. Preordains. Grows the Dorks. Yup. Well, looking for that land. They definitely could have counter spells. That is a thing they could definitely have. Flooded Strand. Cracks it. Volcanic Island. Opponent gets in for 3. Ugh, and a bolt. Oh, we might just be too slow. Down to 15. Down to 11. Ugh, and we gotta do this. Well, let's Enlighten Tutor. But we're getting a fetch land. That doesn't work. Alright, so Noxious Revival. Get back Scalding Tarn. Down to 9. I'm not sure we even get another turn. Alright, so we get the land, play Scalding Tarn, crack Scalding Tarn, grab a Tundra, play Helm of Awakening. Opponent has Daze. Yeah, I don't think this works. We crack Lotus Petal. Alright, yeah, I think this means we're dead. So I guess where this leaves us is we have to hope that we're alive, hope our opponent has no more counters, and hope that we just naturally draw a Frenzy. That's where we're at. Well, all right, we got a mill. We can't let our opponent take Chain Lightning. That 100% kills us. We're still like 99% dead. Volcanic Island. All right. Yeah, that's lethal. All right. This might be a tricky matchup. This might be a tricky one. What do we want to do against this? So it's basically like essentially a blue-red burn Delver deck. Let's go down Brainstorms. Go up Silence. I think that's our main plan. And go down one Ancestral Knowledge for Silence. Is there a chance that they have something that janks us out? They should not. All right, let's try it like that. So Silence basically makes sure that we can resolve our stuff through counters. It costs 1 more mana, which could be a problem, but it could work. This feels like a tricky matchup. The combination of being really aggressive and having counters that's a tough one. All right, so we're on the play. Okay. I mean, we'll keep this. We need to find a Frenzy. We have our Lantern Control type start. Play Volcanic Island. Play Mox Opal. Play Ghoul Caller's Bell. Pass the turn. All right, come on. Frenzy. Opponent. Scalding Tarn. Volcanic. Preordain. I do think we're going to keep milling ourselves. I still think that's the correct line. Ghoul Caller's Bell. Ugh. Risk factor. We draw Flooded Strand. So I think we play Pixis. Play Plateau. Play Helm of Awakening. Play Kodak Shredder. Pass the turn. I guess Kodak Shredder is doubly a reason to mill. What did our opponent put on top? One on top, one on the bottom. All right, so we milled the one card that they left on top. Opponent untaps. Misty Rainforest. Cracks it. Well, come on, Frenzy and Frenzy Resolving. That's what we need. Volcanic Island. Swift Spear. So here comes the damage. And Smash to Smithereens on Helm. All right. I mean, that's annoying, but not deadly. The damage is the worst part of that. Opponent gets it. Well, we will take it to 15. Mill ourselves. Enlighten Tutor. Well, we would have liked to draw that. Mill ourselves. Helm. Untap. Burning Wish. This is what, 5? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, play Flooded Strand. Pass the turn. We can't really Burning Wish for anything meaningful. I guess we could Burning Wish for Thoughtseize. That actually might be worth it. Although then we're left with only one Burning Wish. Well, I think that's fine. Let's Burning Wish. Take a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize our opponent. Oh, so much burn. Well, I guess we gotta take Smash to Smithereens. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I think we have to take Daze. I think our only chance of winning is to win next turn. Because this is 4, 8, 12, 13. Yeah. 4, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we have to just take Daze. Yeah, this is our hope. Take the Daze. Pass the turn. So basically, we got a top deck. We got a top deck Frenzy this turn. And we wouldn't have enough mana to play it through a Daze. So that's our only line. We're dead in 2 turns 100%. And we also have to hope that our opponent does not just smash our Mox Opal. That would also mean we can't win. So much aggressiveness. We really just need the super fast kill for this to actually work. Alright, opponent ponders. Sure. Land. Cracks it. Okay. Smashes Opal. And that is officially game. Yeah, alright. We know they have those burn spells in hand, and we just don't have enough mana, where even if we draw Frenzy, we just can't cast it, so... And if we draw mana, then we don't draw Frenzy. Alright, well, there goes the 5-0 Dream. That was a rough one. It gets much harder when our opponent has counter spells. Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. We are playing some experimental Cheerios, and... Okay. I mean, there are hate cards that definitely get us, but this hand's pretty good. Island, Ponder. So we have... We're actually just super close to winning. Or, well, to frenzying, which usually means winning. Although, counters are a concern here. Enlighten Tutor. So play Flooded Strand, play Mox Opal, play Lion's Eye Diamond, crack Flooded Strand, get a Plateau, Kodak Shredder, and pass the turn. Yeah, we'll just pass. We could... We can tutor up mana here and try to frenzy. Although it might be better to just try to draw mana and save tutor to get a second frenzy. This definitely seems like a deck that could have Force of Will. Scalding Tarn. Opponent passing. Well, we are going to mill our opponent. Yeah, let's just untap. So we did draw mana. So play Volcanic Island. Play Kodak Shredder. Pass the turn. Alright, I mean, we'll see. We gotta get through the Force of Will somehow. But we're set up to win. Very definitively if we can resolve a Frenzy. Opponent cracks Scalding Tarn. Volcanic Island. Brainstorms again. Okay. Opponent untaps. We're not going to mill. Our opponent potentially put back cards they wanted us to mill there, since they knew we milled them last time. Ponders. No shuffle. Lotus Petal. Oh. Is our opponent storming? City of Traders. Show and Tell. Well, let's Enlighten. Well, Enlighten Tutor doesn't do anything, does it? Because we draw the card with Frenzy. Yeah, no Enlighten Tutor. Okay. Well, let's see if we're dead. Hopefully it's a creature and not Omniscience. Oh, it's Sneak Attack. Cracks it. Grizzlebrand. Draws. Lotus Petal. Draws. Oh, come on, no creature. No creature. I mean, if we get to untap, we still should win. Opponent gets in. Okay. Wait, we get to untap? I mean, if they don't literally kill us here, we should be able to win even through counter spells. Opponent draws. Lotus Petal. I mean, I guess if they can... Okay. We get to untap. Alright. Well, we might actually still win this game. So we untap. We draw a Mox Opal. Opponent discards a bunch of stuff. If we win this, that would be amazing. But it's definitely possible. We have a lot of mana thanks to our LED. And we have some mills for bad running. I'm sure our opponent's going to try to keep Force of Wills. They probably have multiple Force of Wills. So I guess the challenge is going to be resolving Burning Wish, most likely. But we should be able to play through our deck here, unless we're pretty unlucky. Discards a spell. Oh, man. Oh, discarding Spell Pierce. Yeah, their hand is good. Well, play Ghoul Caller spell. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Crack Lion's Eye Diamond for red. Helm of Awakening. When does our opponent fire off their counters? That's the question. Alright, they're going to Force of Will. Alright, there's one. Well, let's Noxious Revival. Helm of Awakening. Opponent forces. Okay. Well, play Kodak Shredder. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. That's 2 Force of Wills down. Crack Lion's Eye Diamond for red. Helm of Awakening. I think we're going to win through 2 forces. Flooded Strand. Enlightened Tutor. 4... I guess just Lion's Eye Diamond. Can never go wrong with LED. Lion's Eye Diamond. Pixis. Are we going to take a Grizzlebrand hit and just win this game? Rite of Flame. Crack Flooded Strand. Take Tundra. Rite of Flame. Alright, so crack LED. Oh, when do we go for it? Crack LED for black. Crack LED for red. Burning Wish. Yep. Take Tendril. Well, do we want Thoughtseize? Maybe we just Thoughtseize first. We have another Burning Wish, right? We haven't used it. Yeah, let's Thoughtseize. Take Thoughtseize. Ghoul Caller spell. Helm of Awakening. Maybe taking Thoughtseize was not right. Helm of Awakening. Kodak Shredder. Brainstorm. Actually, Brainstorm with Volcanic mana. This is good. This lets us put Thoughtseize back on our deck. So, put back Ancestral and Thoughtseize. Now we get to Thoughtseize. Nothing. Grizzlebrand Preordain. Alright, we're set up to win. Blue mana. Ancestral. Stack the deck. And we got there. We got there! Wow! Through 2 Force of Wills. Okay. So, Exile Frenzy. I don't actually think we need most of this stuff. Exile Helm. I guess this stuff's all free, though, so we might as well keep it. Enlightened Tutor last. Noxious Revival before that. And everything else, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to cast everything. I guess we start with Rite of Flame. So, Rite of Flame. Now we just go until we hit our last Burning Wish and it's game. Pixis. Pixis. Pixis, Lotus Petal, Ghoul Collar Spell, Noxious Revival, Get Back, Lion's Eye Diamond, crack it for, actually we can do it this way, let's Enlighten Tutor for a Ancestral Knowledge, crack this for blue Ancestral Knowledge, so get rid of Frenzy, get rid of Enlighten Tutor, get rid of Scalding Tarn, we'll keep everything else, Noxious Revival last. We will find this Burning Wish eventually. It will happen. Opal, Rite of Flame, Noxious Revival. Or first, that also works. Get Back, Lion's Eye Diamond. Rite of Flame. Opal. Yup. Float some mana. Opal. Man, we're going through our whole deck on this one. Keep the new one. Lotus Petal. Ghoul Collar Spell, Mill Glimmervoid, Mill Volcanic Island, Mill Noxious Revival. Our Burning Wish is here somewhere. Lotus Petal. Is it going to be our very bottom card? Mill Brainstorm. It is our very bottom card. Burning Wish. Well, we got there. So now we just crack this for black. Burning Wish. 4 tendrils. Okay. Sack Experimental Frenzy. An opponent, Stormcount 41, scoops it up. We had to go way through our deck to find our last Burning Wish. It was our very bottom card, but we got there. Okay. Interesting. So how do we fight this deck? We can go down the Brainstorms. The problem is they can win even without their creatures. Like, Show and Tell, the Omniscience plan does not care about or does not care about their creatures. So Ensnaring Bridge is not necessarily game winning. Thought Seizes and Silences seem pretty reasonable. Thought Seizes in, go up the Underground Sea, go down 1 Ancestral Knowledge for the Thought Seize, and then let's go down Pixis, go up Silence, and I guess we're gonna go up Bridge anyway. Let's try it like that. Bridge is not the be-all and end-all, but it can be pretty helpful. Alright, this sounds pretty good. Starting off with a Thoughtseize. Enlighten Tutor to find Frenzy. Yeah, this looks fine. Opponent keeps it 6. Volcanic Island. And passes. We probably better just Thoughtseize. Let's just Underground Sea, Thoughtseize. Sneak Attack, Grizzlebrand, Abraid. This is actually really interesting. So if we take Sneak Attack, our opponent can Show and Tell Grizzlebrand. If we take Grizzlebrand, they're drawing life to any creature to Sneak Attack. Well, I guess we take Sneak Attack. And, yeah, we'll just pass. Scalding Tarn for our opponent. We knew about that. Yeah, opponent passes. Well, we will. Alright. Play Plateau. Play Kodak Shredder. Play Mox Opal. Play Ghoul Collar Spell. Pass the turn. I mean, we can try to go for it next turn. We have the mana. We have a couple of Kodak Shredders. Opponent. City of Traders. Passes. Well, let's Enlighten Tutor. Take Frenzy. Untap. Play Flooded Strand. Play Rite of Flame. Opponent cracks. Gets a land. What did they find? A counter? Abraid's Kodak Shredder. Well, we need to float mana. And I guess we mill ourselves? And Abraid. Well, mill ourselves. Mill a Shredder. Mill a Frenzy. Well, we have the mana. We play the Frenzy. And I guess we crack. Crack Flooded Strand. grab a Tundra. Alright, pass the turn. Well, we'll see. We got a Frenzy, but we don't have much else. We know there's a Grizzlebrand in hand, so there are scary draws that can still just make us lose. Wow. Whoa, boy. That was some good old running from Mr. and Mrs. Opponent. Okay. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Draws, Lotus Petal, City of Traders. So we very well could still just be dead. Literally dead. Show and Tell. Oh my god. Well, okay. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. That is a little, just a touch on the unfortunate side there. I don't even know if Silence is that good. Let's go down to Silence and go up in Echoing Truth. Ugh, try it like that. Yikes! I was feeling good about where we're at, but our opponent drew the Show and Tell at the perfect time. Jeez. I like the Thought Seizes, but this hand is never going to win. We got a mulligan. Well, I mean, I guess we keep this? Ghoul Caller's Bell to the bottom. So, Polluted Delta, Mox Opal, Lion's Eye Diamond, crack Polluted Delta, get a Tundra, play Kodak Shredder, pass the turn. Well, now we mostly need mana. Opponent, Polluted Delta, and passes. Well, let's mill ourselves. Ghoul Caller's Bell. Yeah, let's just draw. Rite of Flame. Alright. Pass the turn. Opponent. Polluted Delta. Gets a Volcanic. Brainstorms. Untaps. Scalding Tarn. And passes. Well, mill ourselves. Yep. Upkeep. I guess we just draw. Flooded Strand. I'll play Flooded Strand. Pass the turn. Well, let's see if we live. Opponent brainstorms. Well, I'm a little worried we might just die immediately. We can try to Frenzy next turn. Although we have to hope our opponent does not have counters. Well, alright. Mill our opponent, since they didn't crack Scalding Tarn. Just a land. Ponder. Okay. We can't really beat a counter, but I think we just have to go for it, really. No shuffle. Crack Scalding Tarn. Volcanic. City of Traders. Show and Tell. Yeah, we got nothing. Are we dead? Emrakul. Alright, well, I mean, this is it. We're not in a great position to go off, but we're going to try. So, alright. Crack Flooded Strand. If they got the fours, they got the fours. Get a Plateau. Enlighten Tutor. Get a Frenzy. Come on, no force. No force, no force. Untap. Draw Frenzy. No, I mean, this is it. We're dead next turn no matter what. So if they have a force, then that's unfortunate. So we can Noxious Revival. Put Lotus Petal on top of our deck. Rite of Flame. And Frenzy. No force. No force. Oh, they have it. Well, I mean, force, exiling force. That is kind of the fatal flaw with this deck. The fatal flaw is, I mean, we get some Thought Seizes and Silences after sideboarding, but we are all in on doing exactly this. And similar to Belcher, Force of Will is a card that like 60-some, 70-some% of decks play, and not a good way around it. Alright. Well, on to the next. They had the force. Alright. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are playing some experimental Cheerios, and this hand's pretty good. I mean, Force of Will is always a nightmare, but we have some mana. We have a way to find our... Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what we're looking for. So, let's see. Let's start with Glimmer Void, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal, Lion's Eye Diamond. Pass the turn. I mean, in theory, we can just go for it. Windswept Heath. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, Enlightened Tutor. Take Frenzy. Untap. Play Tundra. Sack our stuff. Play Frenzy. Turn 2. Opponent! No, no, no! For shame! For shame, opponent! Oh, let us win. Just let us kill you on turn 2. What is this, opponent? Oh, they got counters and counters and counters. Oh my. Ugh. Normal counter spell is not a card we really want to see. Well, we get to bring in a lot of sideboard stuff, but that set us back a lot. Opponent ponders. Yeah, I don't know what we do now. Now we need mana and we need another frenzy. Opponent. Yep. Ponders, no shuffle. Oh, we untap. Another Noxious Revival. Well, pass the turn. Opponent. Polluted Delta. Cracks Polluted Delta. Island. It's a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Brainstorms with Jace the Mind Sculptor. Is there any way we can try to win here? We can Noxious Revival back Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal, Noxious Revival, Burning Wish, crack LED. Or we can just draw and see what we hit. I mean, we could make a bunch of goblins, I guess? So, well, let's Noxious Revival, Lotus Petal. Untap. Draw Lotus Petal. Play Lotus Petal. So one Noxious Revival, Frenzy on top, Burning Wish, sack Lion's Eye Diamond, get some goblins. Yeah, I think we just gotta make goblins. So, let's see. We cast 1 spell, 2 spell. So we, does this work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess it should. So Noxious Revival. 4 Frenzy. Tap this for red. Burning Wish. Crack LED. Aye, there's a force. Alright. Well, I think this one's probably over now. Now we don't have the mana, and our opponent has a Jace to find more counters, so... Yeah. Well, we do have some sideboard cards that are reasonable, but it's hard to imagine we're ever going to find a window through counters here. Council's Judgment on Lotus Petal. All right. Yes, we will concede. I know it's an early scoop, but for all intents and purposes, there's not really any reason to play it out till they kill us there. So, this is going to be interesting. Go down the Brainstorms. Go down 1 Ancestral Knowledge. Go down Pixis of Pandemonium. Go up Silence. Go up Thoughtseize. And honestly, we probably need at least 1 Echoing Truth. Let's go up an Echoing Truth, go down a Noxious Revival, go up an Echoing Truth. The problem with Noxious Revival is we learned, well, I don't know if this was on a league that you actually saw or when I was testing, but Rest in Peace makes Noxious Revival fizzle our Frenzy. Oh, this hand. So we can, like, we might have to just Enlighten Tutor for a Mox Opal. Yeah, let's try that. Leyline of Sanctity. Well, that makes our Thoughtseize plan a lot worse. Well, let's Enlighten Tutor. Grab the Mox Opal. Pass the turn. Yeah, that Leyline is pretty actually obnoxious here. Opponent, Polluted Delta, cracks it. Island. Ponder. That was our big plan to get down the Thoughtseize, but it might have failed. Opponent chooses to shuffle. So we draw Mox Opal. We play Mox Opal. We play Kodak Shredder. We play Lion's Eye Diamond. We pass the turn. Island for our opponent. Well, let's mill ourselves. We actually would have liked that land. Okay. Kodak Shredder. Well, Play Kodak Shredder. Pass the turn. Yeah, this ley line's kind of ruining our fun. Ponder. Island. Opponent. Passing. Well, mill ourselves. Kodak Shredder. Mill ourselves. Kodak Shredder. 2 Helm of Awakenings. Untap. There's a Frenzy. Ugh. Okay. Pass the turn. Ugh. We were really counting on this Thoughtseize, but now it's looking a little worse. Mill a Mox Opal. That's fine. Mill Noxious Revival. Draw second Burning Wish. Well, I guess we just pass. Okay. I think maybe we stop milling ourselves now. We already milled 1 Noxious Revival. We only have 1 more in our deck. Opponent's going to predict. Well, mill our opponent. Oh, we can't. Alright, you get to predict. That's right. Leyline stops that as well. Mills a Fencer, draws 2. Well, this deck has been interesting. We've seen the good, we've seen the bad. We've seen a little bit of both. It does some amazing things, but it also gets kind of shut down by some things. Well, I mean, I guess we keep milling ourselves. Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame, I guess, is another reason to self-mill. Oh, Echoing Truth. Well, play Helm of Awakening. Pass the turn. Opponent. Brainstorms. I get the feeling that we're not long for the world. I mean, it'll probably take our opponent a minute to actually kill us, but I feel like they're probably going to essentially win the game very quickly here. Opponent. Snapcaster. Oh, to predict and draw 2 more? Oh, the combos. The combos, so many cards in hand. They gotta have a bunch of counters. Normally, we would be really ruining their day with these Kodak Shredders. One of the funny fringe upsides of this deck, being able to mess with things like Brainstorm and Predict, but yeah, opponent draws 2 with Predict, naming Predict. Okay. Ugh. Disenchants our Mox Opal. Now we're even further away from making relevant game actions. And that might be all she wrote, boys and girls. We might have reached the end. Opponent. Brainstorms. Oh, they're going off. They're just going off. Predict. So many cards being drawn. I'm so jealous. And we're enabling this with the Helm of Awakening, Counterbalance. Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. I mean, I think it's over. I don't think we can win from here. Portent. Yeah, we're just kind of hard locked. Opponent went through half of their deck that turn. Get 10 with Snapcaster. Well, mill ourselves. Oh, that's our second Noxious Revival. This is getting even worse. Silence. Yeah, let's Burning Wish. Opponent has a Force. Yeah, we are in the direst of straits. Actually, I think with our unfortunate millings... Okay. Well, that officially does it. Opponent has Surgical. Our Noxious Revivals have been milled. So that actually does just end the game. Alright. Well, let's go out on our own terms. Boom. Lion's Eye Diamond. Boom. Scoop it up. Oh, this deck. Well, I mean, we could talk about it in the wrap-up. We end with a 2-3 after starting off 2-0. Our dreams of going 5-0 were crushed pretty quickly. We'll have a lot to talk about. We'll have a lot to talk about in the wrap-up. This was a very interesting deck. All right, I'll be right back. So what do we learn this week about experimental Cheerios? And we kind of saw a good news, bad news thing going on. We won our first 2 matches, which was really impressive. We were able to race some really degenerate decks. Like against Dredge, we don't have any graveyard hate. We don't have any way to stop them from comboing off, but we were able to race them and just kill them on turn 3 multiple times. On the other hand, we lost our final 3 matches to end up with a 2-3 overall, and then we saw the bad aspect of the deck, which is we really do struggle with counters. I think the Belcher example is an almost perfect example. This deck is kind of like a very weird and unique Belcher style deck, but we're really going all in on Experimental Frenzy. And to get down our Experimental Frenzy, we're often like cracking Lotus Petals, using Ritual, spending multiple cards to try to get our Experimental Frenzy down, using Enlightened Tutor to find it. So we're using 2 or 3 or even more cards sometimes to actually try to get our Frenzy on the battlefield, which leaves us in a position where if it goes wrong and it gets hit by Force of Will, all of a sudden we just kind of lost the game more or less on the spot. Like, in theory, we could try to recover, but we're often going down to just like 1 land on the battlefield again, no Frenzy in hand, nothing really going on. So that's kind of the downside of the deck. It does theoretically get a bit better after sideboarding with Thought Seizes and Silences, but that is still the main problem with the deck, and it really does remind me of Belcher, in the sense where if it wasn't for Force of Will, this would probably be one of the better decks in the Legacy format. Like, it does do its thing very well, and we were able to combo very consistently with the deck once we got going, and it didn't really fizzle or anything, so it does a lot of really good, really powerful, win the game right away, really quickly type of things, which is basically up to snuff for the Legacy format. However, the Force of Will problem is a really big problem, and we can't really fix it as much as we'd like, because things like Force of Will of our own would fizzle the Frenzy. Even just random like Flusterstorm, Spell Pierces, things like that also fizzle the Frenzy, which is why we need to try to go with the proactive answers of Silence and Thoughtseize, and even those are a bit risky. They're not really helping with the Frenzy. They're cheap enough that we can kind of skirt by with them as a necessary evil, but they're not really good with our combo. So I think we saw the good and the bad of the deck. We had some amazing wins. The mill win, I still can't really believe that happened. We were able to actually mill out a store player like Lantern Control style with all of our random milling artifacts. So that was pretty impressive. That was a crazy win. Beating Dredge was awesome. We also picked up another scattered win or two, even as we lost matches. But really, if you look at the breakdown, we beat the degenerate non-blue decks. We beat Storm, we beat Dredge, but then once we got to like the Delver, Blue-Red Delver burn deck, that was really rough. We ran into Miracles Control. That was exceedingly hard for our deck to actually compete with. So I think that's kind of the breakdown. We can goldfish our way past degenerate decks pretty well, because our deck is just as fast as theirs, and maybe even faster than theirs. But when we run into the more interactive decks, the decks that's going to sit back and hold Counterspell and Daze and Force of Will, that's where things get really, really sketchy. So I don't know if there's any way of fixing the problem. It's definitely a deck where I could see this deck stealing an event, because the awesome thing about Force of Will is sometimes they don't have it, and our deck is really good at putting people to the test pretty early, like on turn 1, on turn 2, trying to get down that Experimental Frenzy. So even if our opponent is playing a blue deck with Force of Will, some percentage of the time they just aren't going to have it. So I think that's basically the space this deck lives in. It's really very similar to Belcher or Oops All Spells, where you do your thing. When your thing works out, it is spectacular. And actually the combo turns from this deck, I think, are way more fun and way more interesting than like Belcher or Oops All Spells. You literally get to play your whole deck and you're doing all these crazy things. So the good combo games are insane. We can combo really quickly, but I don't know how often you would like win a GP with this deck, just because you're going to run into those bad matchups, and I'm not sure there's any really good way of fixing those bad matchups. So I think you could certainly 5-0 a league with it on Magic Online. You just hit the right matchups. Your opponent doesn't have Force of Will, but you will run into those times every so often where you just kind of dump your entire hand for Frenzy, opponent has a Force of Will, and that's basically just the game on the spot. So overall, I really like the deck. It was super fun. We did some amazing things. We got some really cool wins, but because of Force of Will and the free cheap interaction that exists in Legacy, and the fact that we're going so all in on our Experimental Frenzy, trying to get on the battlefield, there's a lot of risk, and that keeps the deck from being truly broken, because those interactive matchups are really, really difficult and can lead to some problems. So anyway, that's been our Much Abrew for this week. Experimental Cheerios for Legacy. me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.